starting to set up the tarps. Hey, what you buy? Bread?
Buy.
Pandesal?
Buy bread on the highway.
Ah, buy bread on the highway. Okay. All right, it's been a couple of days since we've done an update, so I'm going to bring you up to speed real quick on the wall, on the hollow block wall. This has been rendered over here. This looks beautiful. Look at this. It came out so good you won't hardly believe it. What do you think of that, anything cruise official? Ben is here. Ben Caruso. Larry's in the house. Look at this beautiful, beautiful hollow block wall. I love it. Needs to cure a little bit more, and then a little bit of paint, and voila, it's finished. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us this morning for this quick update. All right, so they're working over here on rendering this half wall. The rain's coming, we feel it, so they're gonna have to get this cover up. That cover up? We don't cover up anything here on Dan's and Minnie's channel. Yeah, we do. We keep a lot from you. No, I'm just trying to make controversy, Larry. So anyway, we had to dig up some soil because we want to go a little bit lower on the rendering. The soil line, a little bit below grade, I guess they call it. It's hard to get perspective over here, I'm sure. But we had to dig this out a little bit so that we can make sure that we go a little bit lower on the rendering, just to protect the hollow block fence. And then once they're done on that side, they'll start over here. This is in good shape over here as far as depth goes, I think. That would be the neighbor's side of the fence anyway. I like being a good neighbor, but how good should I be? They're getting a free fence. After this week, we're going to be headed off to Sioux. We have rented an apartment for a month at our favorite place, the 18 Suites. Actually, we rented a couple of apartments just in case a few friends show up. So they do short-term rental over there. Actually, we're going to be there for a month and then perhaps even longer. We'll have to see how it goes. And while we're gone, the plans are going to be filed. We went over there to the attorney's office to give the engineer power of attorney over the plans just in case there needs to be any modifications done. He can take care of them while we're over the water in Cebu. Let's see how much sand we got. We got enough. Yeah, they're going to have to filter it through the screen. They need fine sand for this. That's their platform there for mixing. We ended up buying a new hose. This one doesn't squish. We ended up buying a new. Lorraine Pajadas is here. Anime Reyes in the house. 9 million people showed up. We're live from the province of the Philippines, but we're going to be taking off we're going to go out to Juicy Rosie's to check out the breakfast. They only serve between 7 and 10. They're already open this morning. What is it? Almost 8 o'clock here, 8 a.m. here in the Philippines. Something like that. And then another thing we may do while we're gone is we may bring in some more rock and machinery to go ahead and level out and compact this so that when we get back, it's all nothing but a fresh, level piece of land. I think the plan is for these guys to go ahead and do the welding also, if I'm not mistaken. So we also have to bring in some tube steel like this. Hey, do me a favor, go over, we have a rat infestation going on here because probably the bamboo and things, they attract rats and snakes and all kinds of things here in the province. Go take a look at that short video that I just posted. See if you could give me any advice on how we should be handling the rats. I think after we go over to Juicy Rosie's for breakfast, we'll probably head over to City Hardware, the brand new one on Diversion Road, over there somewhere. And we'll go in there and take a look to see what they got as far as rat traps or poison or whatever. The thing that I worry about is I don't want any other wildlife to be harmed. I'm just after the rats. The rats that are eating through our electric lines and all this other stuff. Starting to show up that they enjoy the insulation. Minnie was up there the other day, take a look. She says they're eating the insulation. We can't have that. We got to eradicate the rats. And how we do that, we got to go get some traps. Humane traps or inhumane traps. It really doesn't matter to me so long as we get rid of them. Maybe the sticky paper, because if you look at the security video, the motion detector kept going off last night, or the night before, off every 5 seconds. I'm going, what's going on? And it showed the rats going up to the roof line. Right there. I'm pointed sort of in the direction of it right now. They were climbing up that cocoa wood support that we put up there for the sunscreen. And that's how they're getting up there onto the roof. So we got to figure out how to deal with them. I think we're going to go power for lights. We're going to go solar for right now on the lights. Mike. We're going to be coming over here and probably posting some temporary posts over here. Probably attached on this side of the house so we can keep an eye to make sure nobody walks off with our solar floodlights. Maybe even put one here on this post that's already here. Or maybe even put another one. But I want them to be all on that side so we can keep an eye on them through the living room window. I think that would be a good idea. So that's what we got going on. These guys, they work their shine. They don't care. They don't care. They're gonna work. They're putting up those tarps over there. We have a whole bunch of tarps hanging around. There must be 5 or 6 hanging around so that they can be as comfortable. Guidelines, that's how they do the rendering here. He knows about how much rendering has to be done there based on those lines. Jerry's in the house. Hi, Jerry. Good morning, Tox. I see you started a new channel, granddaughter. No, granddaughter. Oh, that's my... Oh, I'm back. I went too far down the road. Go in and find Tox's new channel, Anna Lynn. I'm sure I'm not saying it correctly because I have problems rolling my R's. See? Herrera, Jerry, Larry, Mike, Reyes. I'm practicing though. I'm practicing. Yeah, I have my morning coffee, but we're going to go over to Juicy Rosie's Cafe, and we're going to try out their breakfast for the first time. Close enough. Close enough. Percentages says. Thank you. Thank you for that. Let me see if I can give you a blue jacket. Hey, you moderators, you take care of the trolls if 1 or 2 sneak in here. You have my permission. Good for someone who says they don't know how to. Thank you, thank you. I'm practicing because here my last name is a very, very common name, and so there are streets that have my last name on it. I'm not turning Filipino. I am Filipino. Somewhere in the past. It's the Spanish influence. And then if you go up and you look up, which I did after rolling my R's, then I started practicing. I'm very interested in the cultural aspect of my name. It's very interesting if you go look at the history. It's kind of really, it's surprisingly interesting. Anyway, I could give you the whole history, but you guys probably aren't interested in that. So anyway, that's what's, go look up talks. Des is here. Hi, Des. Go into, find Tox's new channel. Oh, I know how you find it. You go in, and she made a couple of comments in my new videos, my short videos, and so you go look her up that way. Feel it starting to come down already. Just 1 or 2 droplets at a time. Anyway, the transformation of this lot is, I'm truly pleased with it. Minnie and I are both very pleased with it. So it's going to take about 2 months in order to get approval of the plans. And so leveling this and painting it and putting the bars on the fence line are about as far as we could go until we get the approval on the plans. But in the meanwhile, we could, like I said, we could level this. We could level this, and we can get the concrete guy over to see how much it'll cost in order to build the foundation. And then I'm thinking that in 2 months time, Tox, we're probably goddaughter Tox. In 2 months time, I think we're going to be rocking and rolling. Minnie and I will be back from Cebu, meeting with our good friends that are over there right now visiting. They live here, though, in the Philippines. They're visiting from your area, Tagum City, Tox. They're your hubby's area, you know, down there in Davao City. Tagum City. That's where they live. They're coming up to Cebu. They're already there. Minnie's here. Minnie's Juicy Rosie's Cafe, and we're going to try out. The breakfast is only served until like 10. They don't serve it all day. They only serve it until 10. And so we're trying to hustle over there. Well, Jel is on his way to work downtown at the health clinic. So she should be making an appearance pretty soon. But anyway, that's what the plan is. So now you know the whole plan. The whole plan is get as much work done as we can this week, and then Jel will be in charge to finish off the rest of the welding of the square stock tubing. The same as over there. It's going to be to match, perhaps even paint it. I'm not sure. And then we will get the rock and the concrete contractor, who's really the same guy. That, yeah, you know what I keep looking for, Chris and Cebu. I never see him anywhere. Yeah, no, I agree that Chris is the man. He was an inspiration to people, including myself. But I keep looking for him. We're going to be hanging out not too far from the perch. And so we might even do a video or 2 from up there. That is the plan anyway. And so I keep looking for him. I do, honestly. I haven't seen any signs of him at all. And I've even thought from time to time, I think, is he even still living here in the Philippines, or did he move back to Chicago? Because I don't see any signs of Chris in Cebu. You would think that you would walking around, somewhere. But I haven't seen or heard anything about him. His wife is still here because she's easy enough to find because she works down there. She works down at the local hospital. She's big time down there. I think she's a hospital administrator, if I'm not mistaken. She might even be a doctor. I'm not sure. I think she might even be a doctor. But anyway, she's easy enough to track down. If you want me to cyber stalk or stalk, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'd be up to that. I mean, I do want to see him, that's for sure. So, Chris Boo, if you're watching, send a message this way. That's right. I was there. I saw the whole story as it developed for both of you guys, and myself included. So yes, he's responsible for so much, for getting us going on this hobby. I guess it's a hobby for me. I'm not making much money, that's for sure. So anyway, go sign up at Tox's new channel. She's easy enough to find, and I'm sure she'll be appreciative. That's it for now. We're getting ready to take off. Enjoy the rest of your evening, day, morning, and we hope that the sun shines today. Yeah, the late Edward Beck had Chris's email address. Yeah, we should. I don't think that would be too difficult to find. We should send him an email and ask him what's going on. So I'll see if I can find it. I'll see if I can find it and send him a message. Yeah, Chris was a coder, if I'm not mistaken. He was doing medical coding at one time, and his wife is the. I think she has been a service provider, but I think she might be now a hospital administrator. I'm not sure. Do not quote me on it, but there are signs of that when you go do a couple of inquisitive searches on her. She's not that difficult to find at all in terms of where she works and that sort of thing. Yeah, he was coding somewhere. He was doing medical coding, and I still think there's a market for medical coding here in the Philippines, because they were sending raw data over here to the Philippines, over here to Cebu, and that's where the medical coding centers are. And how do I know that? Because a friend of mine from Sacramento, I should say more of an acquaintance than a friend, owned one of those companies. And so that's how I know that that they were coding in the middle of the night. The tapes would fly into the airport there in Cebu. They would pick them up, take them to the office, and he had a crew there that would code that data and return it back in the overnight DHL. All right, everybody. There's Man Minnie. Talk says hi. Minnie. Hello. She said hi, Tox. Hi to everybody. We're taking off right now. See everybody soon. Other side, one or two more updates before we head off to Cebu, and all. Everybody later. Have a great one.